You know what, people? Something just is not adding up with the job market here in America, okay? Companies keep posting job listings, workers keep sending the applications out, employers keep claiming that nobody wants to work anymore, of course. We all heard that one before. But somehow thousands of qualified people, by the way, cannot even get an interview. People are really out here applying to tens of thousands of jobs, and some people are out here sending hundreds of applications and receiving nothing in return but automated rejection emails. So I'm gonna ask the question that everybody is thinking, okay? If companies are supposedly hiring, then who are they actually hiring out here? Because right now, finding a job feels like applying to opportunities that may not even exist.
I'm the first man to apply to 100,000 jobs. I'm sure you'll be pleased to find my results. Within 24 hours, I was immediately rejected by 4,532 jobs. Ouch. After that, things got quiet, which led to the inevitable conclusion that I was ghosted by 95,368 jobs. I did successfully get 100 interviews. I got 2 second round interviews. And out of those last 2 interviews, they actually never happened because I was also then ghosted by those 2 interviews as well. You're probably wondering how I managed to shoot all these shots. And it's actually this site called Monica AI. I just basically went over to the Monica agent, uploaded my resume, and told it to apply to 100,000 jobs. It then took over while I took a nap and started auto-applying to any job on the face of the planet. It's clear I didn't shoot enough shots, so next time I'm gonna shoot 500,000 shots.
So this year I applied to 10,520,439 jobs. I think I applied to every single job in America. So here are my results. So out of 10 million, 7,543,963 of them ghosted me. And I was rejected by just a little under 3 million. Looking at these numbers, I don't think they're hiring anybody. Where are the jobs? Did ChatGPT take them all? Thankfully, by some stroke of luck, I managed to receive 11,153 first round interviews. Shout out to JobRite on that. I've been auto applying to everything using the app. There's not a single one left on LinkedIn for me. Now, out of these 11,000 interviews, I managed to move on to 2,217 second round interviews. That's a big drop, but it doesn't stop there. After 2,000 grueling rounds, I was left with just 9 final round interviews. If I don't clutch these out, there's no more hope for me. With God's grace, I was able to get 3 offers out of 10 million applications. So in conclusion, I ended up accepting 1 offer out of 10 million applications. I declined the other 2 because one of them was a scam and the other one was actually pretty good. I was pretty tempted to just accept that one just in case, but yeah. Give JobRite a try. It'll save you a lot of time. I really hope I can keep this job. Follow if you want to see my first day of work.
Crazy how young people get blamed for being unemployed when all the jobs that you apply to don't even call you back. Like, you can apply to 50 places and not one of them will get back to you. But the only thing that they send you is an automated email saying, haha, fuck you, you did not get the job. Haha, motherfucker.
I mean, look at what people are being forced to do just to get somebody to acknowledge their existence out here. They wake up, they open LinkedIn first thing in the morning. They're out here searching on Indeed, rewriting their resume, customizing a cover letter, and they're filling out the application. Then they upload the same resume that they just used to answer every single question manually. And after spending about an hour trying to apply to these jobs, they receive a automated rejection before the day is even over. And at this point, applying for jobs has become a full-time job in and of itself, if you ask me. And it doesn't even pay anything, which is the crazy part. And people keep telling applicants to just, hey, keep going, just, keep applying, fix your resume, work on your interviewing skills, and, just gotta network a little bit more. Bro, how much more work does somebody have to do before we admit that the hiring process in and of itself is broken? This is why people want to be content creators and YouTubers and streamers nowadays. And trust me, people aren't just, applying to just 2 jobs and then just giving up after that, right? I mean, there are real people out here creating spreadsheets, dog, to track hundreds, even thousands of companies that will never respond to them.
I just want to go in here and yap real quick. So, I've been looking for a part-time job or whatever, and I applied for this Sephora inside of Coast because it's kind of close by my house. Like, I'm trying to find something real convenient, just on Saturday and Sunday on the weekend, something slight. So, when I applied, I think I applied on Wednesday. I got an email the very next day to schedule an interview. I scheduled an interview for today from 1. It said 1 to 2. I'm like, an hour interview, cool, whatever. So I get there. It said get there 10 minutes early. I actually got there at 12:45. Went to the counter. The girl kind of was confused, like as if she didn't know that I had an interview. So she was like, let me go check in with someone, blah, blah, blah. Because she was the only one working in the area. So she needed someone to come and cover her while she did the interview. So we walked to the back. She was like, I'm sorry, I don't have your resume pulled up. She was like, she's one of the team leads here. And I'm like, okay. Like, it's just giving you weren't prepared to do an interview. And I've been hearing this about just retailers in general, like how going to interviews, applying for jobs, like the retailers are unprofessional. I come to the interview more than before on time. You don't have my resume pulled up. She didn't have my availability. Like, these are things that I put on the application that you should have already had it printed off when I come into the interview, because she sat in there and asked me about my experience. I could have lied and said anything. Like, I could have made up any job, anything, because you are not prepared on your end as the interviewer. Like, it doesn't really make sense. So she just asked me a few questions about my experience and then had me write down. She said, I don't have an availability sheet. I'm sorry. She put out a notepad and had me write my first and last name, my phone number, and the availability that I have on the piece of paper, and told me that someone's going to contact me. This interview was 10 minutes long. A waste of my time. Like, I hate having my time wasted. So I'm back to the drawing boards, trying to find me a part-time job. Like, that's the goal, is to find a part-time job. Because at this point in this economy, you got to be working 2 jobs. Like, it's no more cutting back on stuff. You really have to be working more than one job to live how you want to live. But yeah, that's my rant for today.
Nobody told me that applying for jobs is actually a full-time job in itself. I was literally spending hours rewriting my resume, putting in the same work history over and over again, and answering those same 10 application questions.
Someone tell our parents that we are applying to jobs. Applying to jobs is a full-time job nowadays, because these applications take like 5 hours a piece, and only to get rejection after rejection. I cannot handle that anymore.
And then you got these crazy things called ghost jobs, which is apparently, job listings that stay online for weeks, even months on end. They keep accepting these applications out here, and people keep submitting the resumes, but the position may have already been filled. The company is just, at this point, collecting candidates for later, because they probably know that, some of these people that get the job are usually in and out. It's just a revolving door. Meanwhile, a real person is sitting at home believing that the opportunity is available. Like, these people are really believing this. They will research the company, rewrite the resume, prepare for an interview, and the company may have never intended to hire anyone in the first place. And that should make us angry. That should make you angry, bro, because applicants are not out here submitting imaginary bills, okay? Their rent is real. Their grocery bill is real. Their unemployment is real. So companies should not be allowed to waste people's time with imaginary opportunities.
You wanna know how bad the job market truly is? A lot of the jobs aren't even real. The job you applied for might not exist. Here's what's behind a boom in ghost jobs. Oh, good. Fake job ads are proliferating online, with more companies admitting to posting realistic-looking job openings that don't actually exist. What do you mean companies are admitting to that? Like, that feels like that should be a crime. Like, even if you are a company posting a bunch of fake job openings, that should be something you take to the grave. Unlike job scams in which criminals seek to obtain applicants' personal information, hiring managers themselves are often behind these ghost jobs. Okay, well, just because hiring managers are the ones behind the ghost jobs doesn't mean it's not still a scam. Unlike job scams in which criminals steal money from companies, this is a totally legitimate enterprise in which companies steal time and hope from human beings. Like, this is also pretty clearly a scam. A company is posting something they know to be fake. At least a scam I understand. Like, when someone steals my information, I know why they did that. It's like, oh, they're stealing my information so they can make money and commit crime. In this case, companies are just posting fake jobs for fun? I also don't like calling it ghost jobs. I don't like that we've come up with this kind of like fun name for what to me feels like a pretty fucked up abuse of power on behalf of like the corporate powers that be. Like, if I lie on my resume, I just completely make up all my information, post fake references, I'm a fraud. I'm considered a fraud. But then when the company company does intentional and misleading fraud by posting fake job openings, all of a sudden it's like, ooh, it's a ghost. It's not that the company is lying to you, it's that Indeed.com is haunted. Ooh.
I got some crazy messages from my last video. Let's talk about it. Turns out I'm not the only person interviewing for that job after it had been given to another candidate. In fact, I had multiple people message me saying they were interviewing for all of those jobs on that team, and they've been getting jerked around too. But this is a trend I'm seeing. Why are companies running whole processes and then reposting jobs on LinkedIn? What's the end goal? It's a waste of resources. I don't get it. Yes, there's the school of thought of maybe you get some free work out of a candidate by having them do a killer case study, but that's so much effort and time. Why are companies running processes, not choosing candidates, reposting job listings on LinkedIn? I don't get it. Conspiracy theorists, please chime in, because there's something going on here. And this is not the only example. It's happening all over LinkedIn. I've seen so many videos about this. That being said, thank you everybody who followed along and connected with me on that video. It's unfortunate because it probably means that you're experiencing a lot of the same issues too. I saw a very interesting comment and I want to end the video talking about this. I'm sorry I didn't pin it up there, whoever made it. The way that we are getting jerked around now in the corporate, white collar universe, whatever you want to call it, is not going to go unforgotten. And it's going to be interesting to see what comes of it. I think it is no surprise that people are leaving corporate jobs and figuring out ways to make money elsewhere, be it on the internet, starting their own businesses, etc. Let me be a case study for that. I dropped out of investment banking to become a content creator, and I did not see that coming.
So fed up with these ridiculous ass job postings that I decided to start publicly shaming these companies. And today I have a doozy for you. All right, Gray Line X out of Tampa. You are looking for a videographer, a photographer, and a marketing all-star. All right, so that already sounds dubious to me. Oh, let's see, for a whopping $20 to $25 an hour. I'm already fucking enraged, but we'll get to that. Let's see what this job description is all about here. All right. Gray Line X is a rapidly growing company operating in the at the intersection of technology, media, and innovation. Well, your salary range doesn't sound too innovative. You will focus on our two internal brands, Drone Pros and Business Casual Men. If you've ever watched a great video and thought, I could make something even better, this is the place for you. Is it really? Is it? I'm not sure. About the role, we are looking for a high level content creator. So high level does not mean entry level, right? It means someone who has a lot of experience. A high level content creator who can do more than just film. You must understand how to build and grow YouTube and TikTok channels from the ground up. Okay, so newsflash, Gray Line X. That skill set is a social media manager and specialist. Someone who knows how to build and grow YouTube and TikTok channels from the ground up is your social media manager, okay, and strategist. So you didn't add that to your job title, okay? This is a full-time in-person, not remote, in-person role based in Tampa, Florida, with plans to transition to Mulberry, Florida within 12 months. So does that mean I have to report in person to Berry, Florida, wherever that is? Okay, not sure. This is not a show up and follow a checklist job. Well, of course it's not, because you're looking for someone high level. You will be responsible for helping us develop, test, and scale content that actually performs. Own and help grow YouTube and TikTok channels. We already talked about that. Plan, shoot, and edit high quality long form and short form video content. Okay, you're a production company. Develop content strategies. Script videos, you're a writer. Analyze performance, you're an analyst. Set up and optimize a professional YouTube studio environment, including lighting, framing, and backgrounds. So you actually like a grip and a gaffer and an art director. Great, the list just gets better and fucking better. Capture high quality product photography. All right, you're a photographer. I love this. A-roll, on-camera storytelling. So you're actually the talent as well. Let's see. Must reside in a hub zone. Okay, I looked that up. That's a special requirement that basically they're going to get kickbacks and government contracts if they have enough employees to live in a hub zone. So you have to make sure that you're living in a hub zone. Okay, so let's review this job posting again. So you produce, you write, you shoot, you edit, you light, you do sound, you do art direction. You're a social media manager, a strategist, and an analyst. And let's not forget a marketing fucking all-star. And what are you paying? $20 to $25 an hour. So let's give you the benefit of the doubt that you would be getting the highest, the $25 an hour. I did the math. That comes out to $52,000 a year gross and about $40,000 after taxes. So gray line X, you fuckers, you want someone to do all this for you for $40,000 a year. You should be ashamed and embarrassed to write this kind of job posting. You have the audacity, and if I find you on social media, I'm going to tag you on this. This is just insulting.
And then let's say you find a job that you actually like, right? You finally found something that we call a entry-level position. You know what I mean? But the requirement will say bachelor degree preferred. 3 to 5 years of experience required, by the way. Entry-level job, but it takes, you need 3 to 5 years experience, okay? Industry certifications required, advanced software knowledge required, or management experience preferred for an entry-level job, bro. Some of these people a few years ago were in high school. They don't have the experience, dog. That's why they're looking at entry-level jobs. How are people supposed to gain experience when every beginner position requires experience? Companies want someone with the resume of a senior employee while offering the salary of somebody who just graduated. It's literally a money grab. And then you have employers out here complaining about a skills gap. No, that's not the case. There is a expectations gap here. You want somebody trained, certified, experienced, and immediately productive. And you want them to also willingly accept low pay. That is not an entry-level employee, bro. That is an experienced worker being offered a entry-level wage.
I'm so sick of these freaking jobs saying entry level. Oh, we're going to pay you entry level pay, but you have to have this and this and this qualification. Experience required, 10 years of experience required, but we're going to pay you $17 an hour. What the fuck is going on?
I'm actually losing my mind right now. I have been following all these people and they're always like, oh, the job requirements are like totally like ridiculous. Like I just don't understand, how an entry level position will be asking for, 3 to 5 years of experience or whatever. Like complaining like, I'm not, there's no jobs for me, blah, blah, blah. Like I'm with you. I'm right there with you. I thought we were applying anyway. I just saw a TikTok where this girl was like, this is the year, like apply anyway. Apply if you don't meet all the, whatever. I thought that's what we were doing. Like I saw this thing that was like, oh, men will see that they meet, 40% of the requirements or something like that, and they'll still apply. And women will see, they meet 90% and still not apply. And so I've been under the, crazy Delulu assumption that you just fucking apply to anything. Has it worked? Not necessarily. But yeah. What?
The darkest form of comedy in 2025 is undoubtedly just the general concept of entry-level positions in corporate America, because you'll go on LinkedIn and you'll stumble upon what appears to be a pretty cool job opportunity. After reading the 5-paragraph ChatGPT created description, you realize that it's a cross-functional role at the intersection of AI, product, and go-to-market, only to recognize that it requires like 10 years of relevant job experience. You got to know like 30 different softwares that have been created within the last like 9 months and how they integrate with one another, and master's degree preferred. Then you come to recognize that it's like $41,000 a year based out of SF in a hybrid position. But after spending like 2 minutes on Glassdoor and Reddit, you come to recognize it's a super toxic work environment and like everybody wants out. Bottom line being, you go through the AI driven phone screening, then the AI-driven video screening through HireVue, only to recognize that you're like at the very beginning of a 3-month, 6-part interview process to eventually just get ghosted at the final round, and then get like 60 days later like an automated email that like gets your name wrong, talking about how they ended up filling the role internally. But then you go on LinkedIn and you see that same position listed, but also the COO writing about how they missed like revenue targets or certain go-to-market metrics this quarter because it's impossible to fill entry-level positions because nobody wants to work.
How the hell does an entry-level job want 7 years of experience? I'm serious. Do you know what I was doing 7 years ago?
I was in fucking high school.
And then you have the audacity to call it an entry-level
Position? Fuck you.
And guess what? 4 years worth of college degree doesn't count as experience. You took labs in that class that gave you experience.
Fuck that. It doesn't count.
Oh, you have an entire 4-year degree? We're also gonna need industry-level certs.
Fuck you.
So for this entry-level position that you want 7 years of experience for and a college degree and industry-level certs,
Only to pay you $22 an hour.
this was 2020, maybe 2022. $22 an hour would be pretty good, but we're in the big 25. $22 an hour means shit now. Anyways, that's my rant for today.
At the end of the day, bro, a job search should not feel like you're scratching, tickets for the lottery. You know what I mean? People should not have to send hundreds of applications to receive one interview. They should not have to decode automated systems, fight through fake listings, and complete unpaid assignments out here just to be considered for a basic position out here, okay? And this is bigger than frustration, let me add. Employment determines whether people can pay rent. Literally, it determines where people can buy food, access healthcare, support their children, move out of their parents' homes, start families, and build stable lives for themselves. People are not only losing income, they're losing time, confidence, momentum, and more importantly, hope. Companies say that they're hiring out here. Workers say that nobody will hire them. Both of those things cannot keep being true at the same time without somebody admitting that the system is broken. So again, I have to ask you guys, if every company is hiring and nobody can find a job, who are they actually hiring out here?